What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Gotti's Garage. Finally back to another Merkur video. Now, revenue has been low on the Merkur, so I haven't put out much content. I've been chasing around a single problem that I couldn't figure out, and it turned out to be a pretty silly problem, so I'll let you guys know what that is later in this video. So make sure you keep watching. By the way, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and also is a great time to check out www.gottisgarage1.com. Pick up some merch because we will be swapping this car, just not today, and I don't know when exactly. Maybe in the off season when it's snowing out, I'm not sure, but we will be swapping this car because this engine is going to go in something pretty cool, and we'll be able to do a little bit off-road and winter stuff. Yeah, also I'd like to give a huge shout out to everybody who helped me with either support, parts. Yeah, this is one of the most difficult cars I've ever actually owned. It's something that, you know, something happens and something else happens and something else happens, and it's very hard to diagnose. But you know, I'm gonna give a huge shout out to those guys. I'll put them on the screen right now. So anyways, the work that I've been doing off screen, I should say, is when I first got the head gasket put back on, put everything together, the car wouldn't start. I thought it was a fueling issue. I thought the pump, since it's only an external fuel pump, I thought maybe the pump wasn't able to pull enough fuel, because fuel pumps push, they don't pull. So I actually originally had the fuel pump in the original location, which is about right here. Fuel cells right here, and you gotta remember these lines come all the way over here, then wrap around to the middle of the car. So I thought that was the issue, so I actually moved the fuel pump right here, which is maybe 2 or 3 feet of line from the fuel cell, which is still gravity fed pretty much, and a 10 AN line, so there shouldn't be any resistance or anything, and it seems to be working pretty good. I also installed a check valve between the pump and the fuel rail, and the purpose of a check valve is to always keep fuel pressure in the fuel rail, so startups aren't hard and fuel doesn't run backwards. So when it's coming to the engine, things that I did off camera, as you can tell, it has a stainless steel braided oil line now. The other one looked brand new, and I swore it was brand new, but it leaked like crazy and stuff, and it actually kind of broke the fitting off of the turbo, so I ended up ordering this, and that seems to be working pretty well. Everything else is pretty much the same. I use the same 12-point head bolts because they're supposed to be like indestructible pretty much, with a new Felpro head gasket that was recommended. Now the issues that I'm having, and you can tell I don't have the rubber boots on the spark plugs yet. I have to order some new spark plug wires, but I got brand new spark plugs in there. They are gapped to 0.29. It was recommended to be 0.28 to 0.30, so I got up to 0.29. Now the timing was the issue why the car was down for so long. I was messing with crank timing, everything, but I didn't think about ignition timing. I ended up loosening that, and I got it to start running, you know? I got it to start running everything, but it kept stalling. It kept not wanting to run. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there was like nothing. So I thought maybe the whole distributor was bad. So I just kept playing with it. I come out, you know, like pretty much every day, just mess with it for a little bit, and it actually turned out that I had absolutely no fuel in the fuel cell. So when it was starting, it would start and then die, and that's what I was confused about. I thought maybe my injectors were stuck open. I thought maybe it was flooding the engine, things like that. So it would start up and then die, and then all of a sudden not start at all, which would make sense because it was starting up, running out of fuel, completely out of fuel, it wouldn't start again. And when it was starting the next day, it was probably running off vapors or something like that, you know, something, yeah, pretty silly and easy to miss, I guess, and I missed it. All right, and a quick shout out to Eddie Thompson I think he's from Indiana. He actually sent me this. This is the coolant expansion tank, and I was having issues with the metal one because it wasn't venting properly, I'm pretty sure. So I just went back to a 89. I could not for the life of me find one. They were all 86 and 88, I think are the years, which go on this side. And obviously it's an 89, so I needed it on this side. And he, you know, he sent me one of these. Extremely appreciate that. This helps out on the build tremendously. And then I want to give a shout out to Rally Sideways. If you can see his Instagram right here, Go give him a follower. He's a pretty cool dude, rally racing and all that stuff. Merkur owner. And he actually sent me the harness for the injectors, because mine actually, I found out that in this main plug right here, on this end, right over here, a mouse actually chew through half of one of the wires. So he sent me a new one of those, which obviously I appreciate very much. So I have that installed, as well as Hustle Harder _ YouTube. Go follow them on Instagram. I'll put their little thing right here. I don't know, I appreciate all the help on this car, because like I said, this car has been a nightmare. I want to K-swap it. If you guys want to see me K-swap it, go down in the comments and hit below. But I'm definitely going to need you guys' help. So go pick up something on the website and stuff like that, because all that is going to help fund all of that stuff. But what I was thinking was, on a K-swap, do a K24 out of a junkyard, rebuild it. Honda engines are extremely easy, which I very enjoy. And then I was thinking like an RX-8 transmission, and then the adapter. The adapter is $1,000 alone. So that's going to be the most expensive part of the build, I think. I mean, besides all the engine management and all that stuff, but I have the fuel system. I have all of that ready for the K-swap. This whole cart is pretty much over-engineered. Not over-engineered, but what I did to it, I purposely, like the fuel system, I made it larger than what it needed to be, because I plan on upgrading this in the future, or upgrading this chassis. I have an idea for this engine that I want to do, so this engine and trans will be pulled out probably by a T5 at that point. But yeah, I do have a plan for this, and it's gonna be sick. But we'll go ahead and start the engine up right now. It's completely out of time, so it will start and run, but it's out of time. I actually have to figure out how to time this thing, because I really don't know. But this car definitely needs to be timed, but we can definitely start it and check everything out. Like my new gauges and everything. Looks amazing. It runs a little rough. It has a little hiccup, kind of sounds like, and it's definitely running rich. You can smell gas, but it seems like everything is so far working. All right, guys, it is the next day. My neighbor came over and we started drinking a little bit, and then we decided to do this like one chip challenge thing. That was a disaster. He ate like, so it's only one chip. He ate like 75% of the chip, and there was a couple of pieces, so I just tried one little piece, whatever, and it was like absolutely ridiculous. I didn't get my reaction on camera, but I did get his, and it's pretty funny. So if you guys want to see that, I'm gonna be making a short about that, just because, I don't know, it was pretty funny. So yeah, nothing happened to the car. Essentially all we have to do, so everything's running and stuff, so all we have to do is time this. And I believe there's supposed to be some sort of mark on the crank itself. Oh, I'm not even looking at the crank, I'm looking at the water pump. Anyways, there's supposed to be like a mark on the crank itself, and I think you're supposed to time it down here. So yeah, my timing light just came in, so I just got that one. It's just a cheap Amazon one, but I also have a nice one over there. So that's actually my neighbor's. He brought it over, let me borrow it, but I figured I'd try to use this one first and then double check it with that one, just to kind of see how accurate this is. It wasn't that cheap, you know, but I didn't buy the cheapest one, but I didn't buy the expensive one either. So this thing has like an ignition advance. I'm not too sure how to work that. I'm gonna guess I just set it at 10, and it's supposed to, you know, let me know when it's at 10 maybe, I don't know. So I'm just gonna set it to 0 for right now, just to see what it's at, hook everything up, and kind of see if we can even see anything. It's been a few hours because I kept fucking up, because I kept forgetting to tighten tensioner and getting impatient, went to go start it, and yeah, kept jumping timing. So anyways, I got it. I had to go by ear, because for some reason the timing marks, they're not lining up. So I used like a paper clip technique kind of thing. I was told that, you know, kind of works, and it was like, so I guess 10 degrees is a half an inch space between top dead center, and you want to be before top dead center for timing. And it was like 30 or 40 or whatever, but it's running good. Well, we'll see if it's running good. See, starts right up, everything's working. So I'm gonna go a little drive, fill it up with gas, and you know, see how it goes. Well, here we are, side of the road. It was running pretty good, and then all of a sudden it just quit, died. A lot of smoke came out of the exhaust, a lot of white smoke came out of the exhaust, and now all it does is, yeah, so I'm pretty sure it locked up. Here's my rescue. We left off yesterday at the side of the road because I thought I locked the engine up, but it turns out that it just hydro-locked itself. I believe a bunch of fuel, stuck injector, something like that. Filled all the cylinders up with fuel, or one of the two cylinders or something like that. But I compressed and checked this one yesterday and it was like 60, where it did have like 120. So I'm gonna throw some WD-40 in there, retest it, see what it shows, and then do the rest of the cylinders as well. But then on another note, don't mind the mess, we bought a cherry picker because I didn't have one. So I just bought one. It's pretty good, you know, it's obviously used and stuff, got it in a good deal. But it's heavy duty, heavy quality. It's not a Harbor Freight one or anything like that, so it should last me a long time. If you can't guess what we're doing with that, we are going to be pulling this engine, and then there'll be more news on what's going to happen, you know, after that. But let's go ahead and spray some WD-40 in there. And then making videos for YouTube and everything. I should have just had the GoPro in the car when all this happened so you guys can experience it, but my GoPro was dying. Didn't think anything was going to happen. All I did was go 2 blocks. But the inevitable happened apparently in this car. So we're going to fill this cylinder full. And we have the key off so it won't start. I'm just going to use a screwdriver to jump the solenoid right here so we can start building pressure. And it's not even sealed. Alright, it's building like no compression now. So I'm just going to go through all these and I'll let you guys know after I do that. This is going to be the end of this video. I checked compression, all cylinders. It is reading 0. So either the head is messed up or it flipped timing somehow. Maybe it just, you know, skipped 180 degrees or something on the, you know, the cam timing. I'm not too sure, but we're gonna be pulling this engine out. Got a cherry picker. Let me pull it out because regardless of what I do, there'll be a, you know, video coming up soon what I do. But this engine needs all new gaskets. It is leaking oil like crazy. And I noticed when I got pulled back into my yard, there is a line, and I can't tell if it is oil, if it is gas, water. I have no idea. There's a whole line and it started from over there. So I'm not sure exactly what happened with that. But either way, car's down again and she's getting some really big improvements. So you guys stay different. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. And I hope you guys are looking forward to what's gonna happen but it's Tuesday, so I decided it's Transformation Tuesday for this car. And yeah, we need to put something reliable, powerful, better sounding in this car, and there's going to be a whole video on that next week. So hope you guys enjoy. Like I said, hit that subscribe button. Don't hesitate to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. Check out my website, www.guidedgarage1.com, and you guys have a fantastic week.